Explorers, this is your lead scientist, Miss Shirley. Today's lesson is on how do seeds get scattered and spread. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand how animals help plants by spreading pollen and seeds, ways plants depend on animals to spread seeds and pollen, and how plants and animals depend on each other. In our last class, we watched this Ed puzzle video, the Marnock butterfly, and we explored some ways that butterflies help plants by spreading pollen and seeds. Let's introduce some words we need to learn for this lesson. Let's revisit the word pollination, which is to move or carry pollen to a plant, causing the seed to be fertilized. The bee pollinated the clover. Seed dispersal is the scattering or spreading of seeds to different places. It's called seed dispersal. Okay, science explorers, we are going to explore and investigate more about seed dispersal. So let's watch a video on seed dispersal.
Stand by. For this stand by, I like to spend a little time thinking about seeds. In particular, I like to think about how seeds get everywhere. I mean, just look at this mess of seeds. Of course, getting seeds everywhere is exactly what trees are trying to do. I mean, imagine if the tree just dropped a couple seeds straight down every year. I mean, the new tree wouldn't have any chance of survival. Instead, plants develop these sophisticated ways of distributing their seeds over great distances. I want to show you just a couple of my favorite methods for seed dispersal. So you can see the little brown dots on the end here are the seeds, and each one's attached to like this little parachute. When the wind blows or the lawnmower goes by or a little kid picks us up and blows on it, the seeds fly through the air and land on the grass, and a new dandelion can grow. It's so awesome. Another one of my favorite methods for seed dispersal are these awesome helicopter seeds that come out of my maple trees. We call them helicopter seeds because when they fall through the air, they twirl like a helicopter blade. Here, check it out. That is awesome. Even real helicopter blades don't spin like that while they're falling. Whoa! I think this is an outdoor toy. Oh. Down. Oh dear. People have been designing and refining helicopter blades for a few decades. But trees have been refining the design of their seed helicopter blades for thousands and thousands, millions of years. That's like the magic of natural selection, right? It reinforces new designs that are particularly effective. So riding on the air might get you 10, 15, maybe 25 feet away from the tree. But if you really want your seed to go far, you want to go for a real ride. All the fruit we eat has seeds inside of it. If you wanted your seeds to go far, why not surround it with yummy deliciousness? That way, if an animal eats the yummy stuff, they might also swallow one of these seeds. Who knows how far the animal might travel? If it's a bird, they might travel several miles. If it's a baby, they might not travel quite so far. But the point is that the seed will eventually get deposited. And when it does, there's no telling where it might end up. It's hard to imagine, but in some ways, trees are using us. I mean, not only in fruit, but think about corn or beautiful flowers. Humans are taking those seeds and bringing them all over the world. Those plants are thriving because they've somehow convinced us to disperse the seeds for them. Those plants know what they're doing. Stand by.
Okay, science explorers. Now that we visited that video, we're also going to experience this Ed puzzle video called the Seed Song. So let's take a look at this seed song.
They're moving all around. Seeds, seeds. They're cruising all through town. Seeds, seeds, seeds. They're moving all around. Seeds, seeds. They gotta get away from their plants and trees.
When an acorn from an oak tree drops right down to the ground, it really wants to travel but can never move around. Seeds can't ride on scooters and they sure can't pedal bikes. It's stuck right near its oak tree. It can't walk or run or hike. But a jumpy hoppy squirrel picks it up and grins a grin. I'm gonna store this acorn before the winter snows me in. He takes it far away to a secret hiding place, then forgets about that acorn. Acorn's gone without a trace. Amazing things can happen. How can this ever be? That secret hidden acorn grows a new oak tree.
They're moving all around. Seeds, seeds. cruising all through town. Seeds, 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 they're moving all around. Seeds, seeds, they gotta get away by air, land, or sea.
A coconut fell so quickly from a palm tree by the sea. Hit a big crab in the claw. That crab it screamed, "Why me?" The crab it lost his temper, and so did that crab's daughter. They pushed and pushed that coconut, splish splash into the water. That coconut spent time traveling just like a big blue boat. Rolling in the rough sea water, coconuts can float. They floated days and nights. They floated many weeks. That coconut was super strong, never springing any leaks. It landed far away on a sunny sandy beach. It landed far away in a place that crabs can't reach. The nut was so happy as can be. Sprouted in the shining sun and grew into a tree.
They're moving all around. Seeds, seeds, they're cruising all through town. Seeds, 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 they're moving all around. Seeds, seeds, they gotta get away from their plants and trees.
The seeds you find on maple trees can make amazing flights. See them flying through the air when the wind is blowing right. They're like little helicopters, twirling birdie spinny spin. Spinning, 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 maple seeds just make me grin. Maple seeds can cause a stir when they're soaring through the air. When they're flying high like birds do right past hats and people's hair. Those flying seeds can come down in places where they'll stay. To grow a brand new maple tree in places far away.
They're moving all around. Seeds, seeds, they're cruising all through town. Seeds, 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 they're moving all around. Seeds, seeds, they gotta get away by air, land, or sea.
After walking through the forest with a friend or three or two, you might find something grabbing to your socks or to your shoe. You might discover something on your pants or on your shirt, or maybe in your hair. Sometimes those things can hurt. These seeds that hitch their rides, these seeds they're known as burrs, attach themselves to clothing or animals with furs. Yes, hitching rides is special, is what these seeds can do. Hitching on my left sock and on your right sock too. And when we pull those burrs off, our pants are off a skirt. We may throw them far away or drop them in some dirt. There the burrs can sprout, far from their mother plant. We help those burr seeds travel by themselves, burrs really can. There's so many different plants and trees on Earth, and lots of different ways seeds can be dispersed. Do some research to discover more ways seeds can travel away from their plant or tree.
They gotta get away from their plants and trees.
Okay, science explorers, let's investigate and explore some questions. What parts of the maple seed help disperse, fly away in the wind? Think, think, think. Science explorers, write your response. How are seeds dispersed? Please give at least 3 examples. Think, think, think. Science explorers, write your response. And additionally, what is it about the burr seeds that help them to disperse? How can they help the seed travel to new locations? Think, 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 science explorers. Write your response. And finally, let's summarize. Plants and animals depend on each other. Share an example of this. Think, 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 science explorers. Write your response. And finally, what do you think of today's lesson? Okay, science explorers, let's summarize. Today we learned that plants and animals depend on each other. And we also learned ways that animals and other ways how help seeds get dispersed for plants. Until the next time, ciao for now, science explorers.